let's get right into it. Number 8. The "We're leaving you" ultimatum. You're 5 years old, standing in the toy aisle, completely mesmerized by that shiny new action figure. Suddenly you hear those words that send chills down your spine. Okay, we're leaving you. Your heart starts racing faster than a caffeinated hamster on a wheel. You sprint through the store like you're training for the toddler Olympics. This was a calculated psychological operation that would make CIA agents take notes. They literally threatened to abandon you to get you to hurry up. The crazy part is, they never actually left anyone. Not once in the history of parenting has a mom gone, well, little Timmy was too slow. Guess he lives at Walmart now. But that didn't stop us from believing it every single time. It's like there was a secret parent meeting where they all agreed, yeah, let's traumatize our kids with abandonment threats. To this day, when someone says, "I'm leaving," your heart still skips a beat. And some of us are now doing the exact same thing to our own kids. The cycle of retail manipulation continues. Number 7. The empty ice cream truck. Hot summer afternoon, you're 7 years old, playing in your backyard. That magical jingle starts echoing through the neighborhood. Your heart starts racing, and you sprint inside to beg your mom for ice cream money. But then comes those crushing words. Oh, honey, when the ice cream truck plays music, it means they're out of ice cream. And you believed it. Here's the truth. Ice cream trucks play music to tell you they're open for business. That's literally their whole advertising strategy. Your parents just didn't want to buy you ice cream that day. This lie was so widespread that entire generations of kids grew up thinking music meant no ice cream. Instead of being the villain who says no to ice cream, they got to be the sympathetic shoulder to cry on. Imagine finding out in your 30s that you missed out on countless ice creams because of this lie. Every time that familiar tune plays, you're not just hearing ice cream music. You're hearing the soundtrack to decades of dairy deprivation. Number 6. The illegal dome light. That little light in the car at night was apparently more dangerous than a loaded weapon. Turn that off right now, it's illegal. Well, guess what? They straight up lied to your face. There isn't a single law in any state that makes it illegal to drive with your dome light on. Not one. Your parents basically gaslit an entire generation into thinking they'd end up in jail for reading a book in the back seat. But while they were lying about the law, they weren't totally wrong about the danger. Those old school dome lights were like miniature suns stuck to your car ceiling. They could reduce your visibility by up to 20%. That's like trying to drive while wearing sunglasses at night. The intention was good, but they decided fear was better than explaining the actual reasons. And now you probably still hit that dome light switch like it's connected to an ejector seat. Legal? Yes. Smart? Probably not. Will you still panic when someone turns it on? Absolutely. Number 5. The potato farm behind your ears. If you don't wash behind your ears, potatoes will grow there. This bizarre agricultural threat wasn't unique to your weird family. This was a global conspiracy of adults trying to trick kids into basic hygiene. Imagine showing up to school with little potato sprouts poking out behind your ears. Your social life would be over faster than you can say French fries. They knew kids wouldn't care about bacteria or proper hygiene. But potatoes? That's something a kid can visualize and have actual nightmares about. Some parents took it even further. They'd actually plant evidence, like mysteriously finding a small potato sprout while checking behind their kids' ears. And it wasn't just potatoes. Some parents went full farmer mode. In some countries, they said carrots would grow from your belly button if you didn't clean it. Number 4. The wet hair virus hoax. Running late with soaking wet hair, and suddenly your mom's voice echoes in your skull. Don't go outside, you'll catch a cold. Well, turns out that's complete nonsense. Colds are caused by viruses, not wet hair. These tiny invaders couldn't care less if your hair is wet, dry, or dyed hot pink. The real reason people get more colds in winter is because we're all crammed indoors together, sharing our germs like a bunch of kindergartners sharing crayons. But this lie is so widespread that it exists in pretty much every culture on Earth. In Korea, they believe sleeping with wet hair will make your brain rot. In Russia, they think wet hair attracts evil spirits. In America, we just think it'll give you a cold. This lie was actually a clever parenting hack. It's like the fast food version of medical advice. Quick, simple, completely wrong, but gets the job done. Even after learning the truth, most people still feel guilty about going outside with wet hair. Welcome to the wonderful world of ingrained parental programming. Number 3. The Curly Crust Con. Bread crusts were apparently magical hairstylists, according to every parent ever. Eat your crust, it'll make your hair curly. Yeah, that was a straight-up lie. This was a masterpiece of manipulation that spread across continents. We sat there munching on dry, hard bread edges thinking we were one crust away from looking like Shirley Temple. Meanwhile, Naturally, curly-haired kids were probably getting away with murder. Honey, eat your crust. Mom, I think I've had enough curls for one lifetime. But here's the real kicker. Scientists actually found out the crust has 8 times more antioxidants than the soft part. So while your parents were lying about the curls, they accidentally stumbled into actual health advice. This lie was so convincing that some adults still catch themselves wondering if maybe there's a tiny bit of truth to it, like maybe they just didn't eat enough crusts as a kid. Spoiler, that's not how genetics work. They tricked you into eating cardboard with false promises of fabulous hair. Number 2. The 5-second farce. Drop food on the floor and the countdown begins. It's fine if you pick it up within 5 seconds. Well, turns out they were feeding you a lie along with that floor cookie. Scientists did some pretty wild experiments about this. They found out bacteria jump onto your food faster than your ex jumping to conclusions. The moment your food hits the ground, it's already hosting a microscopic rave party. And if your food is wet or sticky, those bacteria are like teenagers at a free concert. That means your dropped slice of pizza is basically a bacteria nightclub the second it hits the floor. Think about it. Your shoes have been everywhere. They've stepped in things you don't even want to think about. And now all those lovely floor friends are having a reunion on your dropped sandwich. So next time you drop that chicken nugget, remember there's no bouncer holding back the bacteria for 5 seconds. Those germs don't wait for your countdown to finish. Number 1. The goldfish brain myth. 3 seconds. That's supposedly how long your pet goldfish could remember anything. Biggest lie, since this won't hurt a bit, at the dentist's office. Well, turns out that was completely made up by parents who felt guilty about keeping fish in tiny bowls. Scientists did some tests on goldfish and found out they're actually pretty smart. These little guys can remember things for months. They can learn tricks, solve mazes, and even recognize their owners. That's right. When you were a kid staring at your goldfish through the glass, it was probably thinking, "Oh, look, it's that giant face that gives me food again." Scientists put goldfish in mazes, and these tiny swimming geniuses figured them out faster than some college students after a night of heavy drinking. Some goldfish have even learned to play soccer with tiny underwater balls. Meanwhile, we're the ones who can't remember where we put our car keys 5 minutes ago. So that goldfish you flushed down the toilet when you were 8 probably remembered your betrayal all the way to the sewers. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.